Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Software Testing with Re. In today's video, we are going to explore Agile Methodology and the Scrum Framework, two of the most powerful approaches in software development today. Why Agile? Well, in today's fast moving world, software needs to be built quickly and it needs to adapt to change. That's exactly what Agile helps us to do. Agile isn't just about following a process, it's about adopting a mindset that focuses on collaboration, continuous improvement, and delivering value to the customer. And one of the most powerful frameworks used within Agile is Scrum, which help teams to stay organized and deliver work in small, valuable increments. In this video, we'll cover what is Agile, how does Scrum work, and how these principles help teams to build better software faster. So let's dive in. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Software Testing with Re for more content like this. Alright, let's talk about Agile methodology in simple terms. Agile is a way of developing software where both development and testing happen side by side and continuously throughout the project. Now, unlike traditional methods that follow a very fixed plan from start to finish, Agile is different. It's not about following a rigid plan. Instead, it's all about delivering value to the customer as early and as often as possible. One of the most really powerful things about Agile is this: requirements can change, and that's perfectly okay. Even if new requirements come in late in the project, the Agile team is ready to accept them and adapt without delaying the project or adding extra costs. In other words, Agile is flexible and it embraces change. The overall goal is simple: to keep improving the product continuously and to make sure it always meets customer needs, even if those needs evolve while the work is in progress. That's the heart of Agile, a flexible, customer focused way to build better software. Now, let's talk about when to use the Agile model. When is it really the best choice? First, if your project is likely to experience frequent changes or evolving requirements, Agile is a great fit. In Agile, new changes can be implemented at very little cost because the work is done in short cycles. For example, if a new feature is requested, developers only need to adjust or redo a few days of work, not months of effort. This makes Agile very flexible and cost effective when dealing with change. Another key point: unlike the traditional waterfall model, Agile doesn't require heavy upfront planning. You can get started with very little initial planning and refine your plan as the project progresses, adapting as you learn more. In short, Agile is ideal when you expect requirements to change, you want to start quickly with minimal planning, you want flexibility and low cost when adding new features. That's why so many modern software projects choose to follow the Agile model. Let's look at some key advantages of Agile. First, it leads to higher customer satisfaction because the team delivers working software continuously, not just one big release. This allows customers to give feedback early and team can adjust quickly. Agile also promotes constant interaction between customers, developers, and testers, keeping everyone aligned. Working software is delivered frequently, so customers can see real progress and can even start using parts of the product early. There's also a strong focus on technical excellence and good design, ensuring the software is both functional and high quality. And finally, Agile welcomes change. Even late requirements can be added, keeping the process flexible. In short, Agile helps teams to deliver better software, faster, and happier customers. Now, let's take a quick look at how Agile teams work and what makes them effective. First, they follow iterative development. Work happens in short cycles called sprints, usually 1 to 4 weeks. At the end of each sprint, the team delivers something usable, ready for customer feedback. Agile also promotes incremental delivery. Instead of waiting for a big release, team delivers small pieces of value continuously. Transparency is key. Everyone can track progress using tools like burn down charts or scrum boards. After each sprint, team hold a retrospective to reflect and improve, building a cycle of continuous improvement. And finally, agile team are self-organizing. They decide how to do the work, which derives motivation and ownership. In short, agile teams work in cycles, deliver value often, stay transparent, improve constantly, and are empowered to own their work. Now, let's look at some of the popular frameworks used to implement the agile mindset. Remember, agile isn't one process, it's a mindset, and there are different frameworks to help teams apply it. First, we have Scrum, the most popular one. Teams work in short cycles called sprints with clear roles like Scrum Master and Product Owner. Next is Kanban, which uses visual board to track work and focuses on continuous delivery. Then there's XP or extreme programming, which emphasizes on technical excellence with strong practices on coding and testing. And finally, lean, originally from manufacturing, focuses on reducing waste and maximizing value. So, as you can see, Agile is flexible with different frameworks to suit different teams and projects. Let's talk about Scrum. Scrum is a way for teams to work together to build products or solve problems step by step. Instead of planning everything upfront, Scrum teams work in short cycles. They build a little, get feedback, improve, and then repeat. Scrum is a part of bigger agile way of working, which focuses on being flexible and keeping the customer's need first. The goal is to respond to change and keep improving the product, not to follow a fixed plan. In short, Scrum helps teams to work faster, adapt to changes, and deliver value to the customer. Now, let's walk through this diagram. It, it's a great way to see how the Scrum framework works step by step. Scrum helps teams to deliver value continuously in small, manageable pieces, and this flow shows how. We start on the left. Input comes from many sources: executives, team members, stakeholders, customers, and users. All these ideas go to the product owner, who act as the voice of customer. The product owner decides what needs to be built or improved. The product owner organizes these ideas into a product backlog, a ranked list of everything that the product might need. This list is flexible. It changes as priority shifts or new ideas come in. Before starting each sprint, the team holds a sprint planning meeting. The product owner, scrum master, and development team all take part. The team selects which items they will work on during this sprint. This becomes the sprint backlog. They also break these items into tasks to plan the work. The team then begins the sprint, a time box cycle, usually 1 to 4 weeks. During this time, the team works only on the sprint backlog items. The sprint has a fixed end date. The team is committed to delivering what they have planned. Every day, the team holds a daily scrum, a short 15-minute meeting. Each member answers, "What did I do yesterday? What will I do today? Are there any blockers?" The scrum master helps the team to stay on track and remove any obstacles. The progress is tracked using burn down charts or scrum boards. At the end of each sprint, the team holds a sprint review. The team demonstrates the finished work to the product owners and stakeholders. Stakeholders provide feedback, which may update the product backlog. This meeting promotes collaboration and transparency. After the sprint review, the team holds a sprint retrospective, an internal meeting organized by the Scrum Master. Here, the team reflects on what went well, what could be improved, what actions to take in the next sprint. The goal is continuous improvement, helping the team get better every cycle. And then the cycle repeats. After the retrospective, the team gets back to sprint planning and the next sprint begins. So, Scrum is a continuous cycle of planning, executing, reviewing, and improving. By working in small repeatable cycles, Scrum team deliver value continuously, adapt to changing needs, and always stay focused on the customer. That's the power of Scrum. Let's quickly go over some key agile terms. First, the solution owner, also called the client, defines the cost of production. Next, the product owner collects the project requirements from the stakeholders. These are organized into product backlogs, a list of what needs to be built. For each sprint, the team picks items from the product backlog to create a sprint backlog, the work for that sprint. Then stories are created. They describe features or use cases. Each story is then broken down into test scenarios and finally into detailed test cases to make sure everything is properly tested. In short, the flow is product backlog, sprint backlog, stories, test scenarios, and test cases. Now, a quick recap. Scrum has four key meetings: sprint planning, daily stand up, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. We have already covered these, so let's move on. Let's start with sprint planning. This meeting kicks off each sprint. The team selects top priorities from the product backlog, defines the sprint backlog, and sets the clear sprint goal to guide their work. Next, the daily stand up, a quick 15 minutes meeting held every day. The team shares what they did, what they plan to do, and any blockers, helping everyone stay aligned and on the track. Now we have the sprint review, held at the end of each sprint. The team presents the finished work and gathers feedback, and the product owner updates the backlog for future planning. And finally, the sprint retrospective. The team reflects on what went well, what didn't, and how to improve, all aimed at continuous improvement for the next sprint. While Agile has many benefits, it also has some challenges. It's hard to estimate effort and timelines early on. It relies on having an active, clear customer representatives, otherwise, the project can drift. Agile also requires experienced developers to make fast decisions, and when the requirements are highly complex, it can be harder to break the work into small, manageable pieces. So, it's important to understand where Agile works best and where it may need extra care. Thank you so much for watching this video on Agile Methodology and Scrum Framework. I hope you found it helpful and it gave you understanding of how Agile and Scrum work. If you enjoyed this session, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, which is Software Testing with Re, for easy to understand videos on software testing, Agile, Scrum, and more. And tell me in comments what topic you would like to cover me next. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.